if you believe in the outdated notion that nurses should only go into the field to help people and to be these healthcare heroes, get off my channel. I truly believe that nurses can help people and make money at the same time. I think it's absolutely ridiculous to think otherwise. There is no reason that you cannot do both at the same time. If you are someone that believes that nurses shouldn't be making money, that like really pisses me off, especially because this is a female dominant profession. I'm telling you, if nurses were a bunch of men, we wouldn't be dealing with this. Nurses and teachers are treated differently because it's a female dominant profession and we don't need to make money. We're here to help people. It's a bunch of crap. I am telling you, it is a bunch of crap. I don't believe that. And if you believe that, like literally get off my channel. You shouldn't be watching my videos because we're not gonna see eye to eye and I don't wanna even talk to you. If you're the type of person that has a problem with nurses making six figures, nurses making similar to what some doctors may make, then I think you need to reevaluate your relationship with money and why that upsets you so much, because I'm not about that. I'm about all doctors making money, all nurses making money, CNAs, whoever, healthcare workers all need to get paid. And the best way as a nurse right now in 2022 to make money is being a travel nurse. So now that we got all the crazy haters out of the room, let's talk. Okay, you guys, people are so mad about travel nurses doing great things. This has gone to the government. There are lawmakers who are trying to cap nurse pay, which that is a whole nother video for no whole nother time. That is just insanity. I don't think that it's going to go down that well because this is a free market. We live in the United States. I mean, Amazon is a billion-dollar company. Travel agencies are now going to probably be billion-dollar companies if they're not close to it already. Now, one thing I will say is the government laws that are going into place that Congress has been pushing, or some Congress people have been pushing, isn't so much to cap the nurses, but more to cap the agencies. However, that definitely is going to trickle down to us because, you know, those agencies want their money too, and it's going to end up affecting us. But that's another topic. So I will say that like 90% of the comments on my videos are so nice, but every once in a while, about 10% of them, it's people being mad. And when I just like kind of like tried to think about like what is setting people off about these travel nurse videos, the number one thing, the number one common denomination with that was pay. Like people are so butthurt about nurses making money. And so I just wanted to address this real quick. I just don't think the public understands what nurses really do. Like we're not just there, you know, just keeping an eye on you and hoping for the doctor to come for 5 minutes and just giving you some water and juice and just consoling you. Like there's so much more to it. I don't know if the public knows, but we are exposed to toxic drugs. A lot of us have to hang very toxic drugs like chemotherapy that we are the ones responsible for hanging. When a code happens, who do you think does the compressions on the patient to bring them back to life? It's not usually the doctor, it's usually the nurse. We have to administer extremely high dose medications. Where I work as an oncology nurse, I don't just blindly hang chemo. I have to sit there and do a calculation based on a patient's height, based on a patient's weight, and I need to make sure that pharmacy did their job correctly because at the end of the day, I am the last person hanging that drug. If that was the wrong drug, I could kill you. I could literally kill you if I give you the wrong dose. We are literally the eyes and ears of everything that happens with the patient. The doctor is busy doing a different type of healthcare. Doctors and nurses have very different roles in the healthcare system, and our job is to keep an eye on patients, and we have to listen and record and do everything to make sure the patient is safe. And we don't usually just have 1 or 2 patients. We have tons of patients. It really just depends. If you're in an ICU, maybe you have 2 or 3. If you're on med surg, you could have 7. Where I work in oncology, sometimes I see 14 patients a day. It's a lot. We have a lot on our plate. And I don't think the general public understands how much we do and how much liability we have. Obviously, we don't have the same liability as doctors, and that's why doctors get paid, you know, the big bucks. But now travel nurses are making a killing and people are so mad about it. So there's 4 main reasons why travel nurses are making so much money, and it's definitely a career I recommend for you if you are a nurse. But the first is supply and demand. That is basically the United States in a nutshell. When there is a supply issue, demand goes up, and there is not a nursing shortage. As much as you know, the news makes you want to think that. It's actually not the problem. There are plenty of students in nursing school. There are plenty of nurses out there. It's just nurses don't want to work for crappy wages. That's what it comes down to. So a lot of nurses just don't work. And you know, that's for different reasons. Some people have high paying spouses that can do that. Some people have saved up a lot of money. There's a million different reasons why nurses may not want to work. At the end of the day, hospitals don't pay well. They treat nurses as a part of the budget. It's a huge budget for hospitals or clinics or any type of facility is how much they're paying nurses, and they specifically work short-staffed on purpose to save money. It's ridiculous. Now, agencies are a business too, and trust me, agencies are cashing in. I mean, whoever runs these agencies is probably making even more money than the CEOs of hospitals. However, at the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you and make that money, girlfriend, okay? You need to make that money, and agencies are giving us a way higher cut than a hospital is. So we gotta do what we gotta do. And if you can pay me $300,000-$400,000 a year as an agency nurse, but you're only gonna pay me $70K at a hospital, you know my choice. The second reason that travel nurses are making so much money is that nurses are leaving in masses right now. There's an article, which I'm going to link it for you. It's just that like 90% of nurses are thinking about leaving the profession in the next year. So many people are over it. Baby boomers are like, I'm done, I'm out, I'm 65 years old, it's time to retire. It's a huge generation, the baby boomers, and they're all leaving the workforce. Now we have things like social media, TikTok, where people are really out there, YouTube videos like mine, like really exposing this industry for what it is. And I think people are just really understanding like they have options now. You don't have to go work for a hospital. You could go work for an agency. You could be a work from home nurse, and you can work for healthcare companies and literally sit in your pajamas like hospital administrators do and go on Zoom calls. Like there's just so much more opportunity. And now because of social media, I feel like a lot of nurses are learning that, and I'm so happy that people are taking their nursing license into their own hands and really making decisions and realizing you do not have to go work for hospitals if you don't want to. Number 3, why travel nurses make so much money. I don't think the general public understands that we duplicate our expenses. I pay a mortgage in Dallas. I'm in Indianapolis right now. I have to rent this apartment, and rent is not cheap right now. Does our agency give us money for that? Yes, but it's not the way you think it is. It's not like, oh, I don't have to pay for this. I actually have to pay for it. My agency doesn't pay for it. They just give me a big stipend. So it's up to you to figure out your housing and how much you want to pay. And it can add up. I'm paying for 2 houses right now. Another thing is sacrifice. How many people want to leave their pets, leave their kids, leave their spouses, and go to another state they've never been to and work? You got to go through orientation. You got to do all those modules. There's a lot to it that people don't realize. You just see, you know, these people on TikTok showing their paychecks, like, look how much money I'm making. Well, there's a lot of hard work that goes behind that. And I can't stand when people leave comments, oh, nurses complain about money. Well, no, I don't complain about money because I actually do something about it. I didn't like what I was making before. I'm very happy with the money I make now. And I really hope I'm encouraging you to do something with your nursing career. Don't throw it down the tube. Go and make something of it. There's so much you can do in today's world. But there's a lot of people out there that don't want to make sacrifices. So they're not travel nurses and they're not cashing in those checks. A lot of excuses like, oh, you're married. I'm married too. You make it work. I know a travel nurse that has kids. I actually know multiple travel nurses that have kids. They bring their kids with them. They do homeschooling, or their kids are under the age of 5 and don't have to go to school yet. You make what you want to work. I think that at the end of the day, the public is just astounded by how much money travel nurses make. I think there's a little bit of jealousy with it. And I think that there is this like really outdated perception that nurses should just be doing this for pennies and it's all about the patient. Well, yes, we do care about our patients, but we don't need to be working for pennies, but we should also be living a comfortable lifestyle. And now money is a very, very sensitive issue with people, and what's considered wealthy or rich is very different based on who you talk to. Some people think making $70,000 is an amazing amount of money. For me, I don't think it's that great. That's why I'm a travel nurse. I think making 6 figures is where I want to be in life. And I think that's where you want to be too. That's why you follow me. And if you don't have those same values as I do, that's okay. Maybe I'm not the YouTuber you should be following. What I can tell you is I do believe that there's options out there for you. Even if it's not travel nursing, maybe it's a work from home job because you have a lot of kids and you can't leave them. I get that. I really do. Everybody has different circumstances and you need to do what's best for you. But what I need the public to stop doing is to stop being judgy, and you need to just sit back, okay? Worry about your money, worry about your field. I don't know why people are so in commotion right now about travel nurses succeeding and doing well. Like, we should be happy. Like, let's clap. 90% of nurses are women. There's less than 10% in this field that are men, and I love male nurses, and hats off to them. You should honestly be like killing it right now and doing everything you can as a man because you have that male privilege. But this is a predominantly female driven career, and we should be uplifting each other as women, and we as the public should be supportive and be like, heck yes, women are doing something with their lives. Not only is it 90% women, but 20% of nurses are minority. So we have a ton of minority women as nurses, and we should be developing ways to make these women wealthy. Okay? Like, it just baffles my mind why some people are mad about this. It's just crazy to me. But if you want to make money and you're a nurse, make sure you subscribe because I have so many tips coming your way. Love you guys. We got this. Let's stick together.